This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Oh, at a job filled with office politics and drama. Yes, that's why I'm still in my pajamas. It's hump day again. It's hump, this is the end.
Hello.
Well, greetings.
Happy hump day. All right, we're going to talk about marriage. More than half of women surveyed by AOL Living and Women's Day magazine said their husbands aren't their soulmates.
I'm just a piece of meat. Thanks a lot.
He's a man meat. Look at you.
Not a soulmate. How much? What's the percentage?
50%.
I still got. So you're saying there's a chance.
I am, yeah.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage.
Okay, so we're going to kind of sprinkle in some positive stuff here first, okay? Of the 35,000 women surveyed, nearly 50% said their husband's personality was the first thing that attracted them to you, so
Thank you.
yeah. More than 50% say, yeah, that's still the only thing he really has going for him. They still say that your personality is your most attractive trait. So that's good. They still like hanging out with you. It's half of them anyway. 52% say they don't believe in fairy tales or fate because they're saying, you know, they're not married to their soulmate.
Right.
So that's not a real thing. 72% said they'd consider leaving their marriage at some point or another. 72%. More than half the respondents claimed their husbands say, I love you every day or fairly often. 71% expect to be married to their husbands the rest of their lives. Their short, doomed lives. No. More than half of the women surveyed said they're either bored in bed or can't remember the last time they had sex. Oh. Well. About 60% rarely or never have date nights. That might be contributing to the fact that you're not having sex, I suppose.
Totally.
More than 50% wish their husbands either made more money or more time for them. That's not good. Well, see, and sometimes it's just about your time.
It's like a self-defense class, dude. Practice makes perfect. Muscle memory, dude. You lose your dogfighting skills.
What does that have to do with making more money or more time?
I'm talking about going to Pound Town.
Oh, good God. Can you keep up? Nearly half said their husbands have changed for the worse since getting married.
No, you don't date. You don't make love. You haven't had sex. It's because you stop. You forget how fun it is.
Yeah, totally.
You got to get in there. Root around like a couple of hogs.
I just saw this thing on the Nature Channel about wild boars.
Oh, no.
And yeah, and so when the female's in estrus, she grows this extra, like the tuft of her neck gets bigger so the male can grab it better.
Really?
And he takes her back to his little hole in the ground and imprisons her for like a week.
Yeah, I think I've heard
this. Just
this.
is like pounding her by her scruff. And she's in there squealing like a pig. And then
Nice marriage analogy you got going there.
and
There's
then,
a lot of people going, yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
And then her hormones change, and then she turns around and starts attacking the male.
Dude.
And then escapes.
Oh, my God. You know, the best one's the praying mantis. She'll take the load and then bite the head off of the dude.
That's right, dude.
And then that's the end of that. Another happy ending.
Think about that next time you drop a load.
But he can't wait, the little praying mantis dude. It's like he knows that's his whole mission in life.
Yeah. Well, if you could have sex with Sofia Vergara,
chop my head off.
Your head was going to
chop my head off.
Yeah.
I will let you. I'll give you this. I'll say the word. You run in, machete my head off. Done.
100%. So, yeah, I mean, obviously this shows, what are divorce rates? 60-some%. So
Yeah.
it kind of adds up.
Soulmate is kind of a heavy analogy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy term. I don't know. How do you define soulmate?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to even
Like-
define it. I mean, the end all be all.
First of all, I don't think everybody experiences it.
Agreed. That's why I think it's kind of an unfair
Right.
word to use.
Totally.
I mean, there's love and commitment and intimacy and all that stuff. Soulmate, I don't know.
So like a soulmate, I would think if you're believing in fate and all that stuff, which I do think that I think there's spiritual agreements that you make at some point on some journey in your life to other people or other souls or other whatever. And that's why, and you're on this like journey together through
Right.
all the different dimensions.
Right.
And so that's why sometimes when you meet someone, you're like, oh my God, I feel like I already know you.
But it takes years to know that. Like, you've got to go through the battles.
Right.
And the wars.
But also, I think it's more you feel that way if someone keeps getting presented into your life over and over again, like you keep kind of like near missing each other or seeing each other, but the timing isn't right or whatever, and then it ends up being right. Like sometimes I think that's part of it. Like you have to get to a certain spot on your journey before you're meant to be with this person or whatever. I don't know. But I don't think it applies to everybody because I don't think everybody's...
Like Against Impossible Odds. Didn't Phil Collins write a song about that?
Yeah.
Against All Odds. Let's play that.
Man, I love Phil Collins.
I know you do.
I can't believe... Dude,
No, wait. What song am I thinking of? Is it Against All Odds?
I don't know.
Take a look at me now. Maybe that's it. Let's see if some people out there found their soulmate. I thought Aaron Rodgers was my soulmate. He turned out to be a bit of a douche. To break up with him. This is it, dude. This is exactly what you're talking about right here.
Now I'm going to cry.
I know you are. Let it flow.
PMSing this week. I'm emotional as hell. Oh.
Imagine if I would have said to you, hey, nobody else wants this stupid job. You want to come in and do the morning show? Imagine what would have happened. You would have walked away. And I would have chased you through the woods and murdered you. What happened to that chick that used to be on the night show? She disappeared. Hi, how's it going?
Choosing the right cellmate.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really a choice.
Life sentence. You got a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
You got to poop with that guy.
Yeah, you're pooping in front of a Bubba there for the next 10 to 20. Sure, I guess you could. That is such an unpleasant thought. I can't believe how bad
Yeah.
that-
I don't know. Phil. Listen to that. I love him.
I don't think you can meet your soulmate in your 20s.
Right. I don't either.
I mean, if we're going to set some loose rules for soulmates, I mean, I think I'm with my soulmate now. Took me a while.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 years. I think I can say that.
Yeah.
I'm not kissing ass because she might be listening, but a little bit. But how about you? Did you find a soulmate in your 20s? Psh,
No.
I never saw you sober in your 20s.
I know. I do. I have a very strong connection with the person I'm with presently. Like, it's weird. It's like there's like a psychic connection
Yes.
that's kind of there.
Yes.
And I've never experienced that in my life. I've never had it where you can look at someone and know exactly what the hell they're thinking. And be right on the money every single time. I've never had it where somebody can read me and know what I'm thinking and feeling.
Yeah.
Just by a glance.
That's you hitting your maturity, too.
Right.
Lowering your expectations. I think the divorce rate in your 20s is horrible.
Yeah.
And by horrible, I mean high.
Well, think about it. Are you the same person at 31 that you were at 21?
I'm the responsible, mature man I was.
You know what I mean?
21.
Like, god damn, you change a lot in your 20s. You're trying a lot of things out, you know? So it would be super hard to be with the same person that you were in your 20s to now.
I think the idea of a soulmate is more within reach now for me
Right.
than it's ever been. But in my 20s, oh my God, I was just a walking, talking boner when I was 20.
Oh, yeah. And my emotional intelligence was complete garbage.
Who said anything about intelligence? About walking, talking boner.
You know, like I had no idea how to regulate emotions and communicate them appropriately.
Yeah, Cupid had not met Johnny in his 20s. There was none of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's, and you got to kind of find somebody that I suppose that's on your same.
Well, soulmate is you're letting your guard down and letting somebody else see your guard down. That to me is
vulnerability.
Vulnerability is the big word.
Vulnerability is the key. That's intimacy, right? Being 100% transparent, which it's crazy. Like I've never had that either till now. I've never been 100% transparent with anybody that I dated. I was never that open.
Sure.
Ever.
Right.
You know, but now the lady I'm dating now, she knows everybody that I killed. I mean,
it's weird because you would be open on the air. I mean, your life on the air would be very open.
Yeah.
But then you tend to,
I was guarded.
Keep that guarded in a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just you don't trust anybody. I mean,
right.
Or you're not ready to get involved anybody that seriously.
Or people always let you down. So then you learn to not.
Right.
Right. So you have to get rid of that and open up and take the risk before anything pays off. It's weird.
I wonder if you could break up with somebody and feel like they were your soulmate. Fondness.
Yeah.
Like you. It's like if you have kids and you're still in touch with them, like you're a co-parent.
Yeah. Sure. I think your soulmate too can be a friend. Or a sibling. Soulmate, I don't think necessarily has to be romantic.
Where do I rate in your life? Yeah, let's get down to it, dude. Careful.
What day of the week is it?
Hey, I know you're PMSing, but be nice. Very vulnerable over here.
Well.
Hey, vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah, you're my favorite co-host.
See, that doesn't help.
What do you want?
Well.
You rate high.
Co-host. You're my favorite guy in a room that pushes the button that lets me talk. No, you're tearing. I'm tearing up over here. Calm down.
No, and I think you know a lot about me. You know more about me than a lot of my friends do.
Oh, sure.
Sure. I mean, I think morning show partners, you share a lot of that stuff.
I'm trying to define in your own head what it means to how you answer the question of how somebody was meant to be.
Right.
Whether that's somebody you work with or somebody you keep. You're not single at the same time as them, but you know there's. And I swear to God, you can feel electricity.
Oh yeah.
There's a look. Let me give it to you.
Don't make eye contact with me right now.
It's like Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids. Sometimes I can just look at you and know that we're best friends. So those are I don't know. There's.
Yeah, I mean, because I can see it when I see other couples that have that chemistry between them.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's see. See. Hello.
Yo, Dingler, just get her. She's hanging with you, talking to you. She likes you. Get over it.
Hi, how's it going?
Johnny, I got the cure. Here we go.
Right.
You're in that relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do this together, right? I got the Winger CD. Gonna put She's Only 17 on, just blaring.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I like where your head's at on that.
Yeah. I don't know. I know it's weird watching my kids who are in their early 20s because both of them have a relationship, but it's like they're going to change so much, and I, as a parent, I guess I want to see them, just not, hook up for the rest of their life because I think there's just so many things to do out there and see, and So it's weird, just from a perspective of, knowing how I was when I was younger. And you kind of want to see them grow and experience, and not to say there's, you can't have true love for the rest of your life, but like everything else, like you hit it on the head. It's like, get out of your comfort zone and, get into a relationship, and it's like, oh, this is just, I don't want to try anything else. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
Just my 2 cents this morning.
Yeah.
No, dude, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
well said. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have
Happy
a good
trip.
day.
Be good. What is Webster's definition of soulmate? Let me see what it says. I'm trying to give you my own definition of soulmate. It's hard. Everybody's got their own.
A close friend or romantic partner with whom one has a unique, deep connection based on mutual understanding and acceptance. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, forgiveness is a big one for me. Like, of all the idiot things I do.
I bet it is.
My life coach, ladies and gentlemen, the Biatch. Here she is. I mean, I'm weird at home.
Yeah.
But my weirdness is taken as not special needs. Let's not go there. It's taken as unique, and I mean, I'm a bit of a goof at home. But it's always taken in the right way and not judged and thrown away. It's
right.
I'm not saying she laughs at me because we're married, but we're radio geeks.
Yeah.
We like to do weird radio geeky things to each other.
Yeah. Oof. Hello.
Would that be doing it in front of the engineer? I don't know what that
I
means.
don't know what it means.
But and then it's like, is there a time limit on becoming a soulmate? Like 5 years, 10 years? Like how do you date?
I don't know. I kind of think.
How do you put a date on it?
I don't know. I think some of it is, you need time spent in order to reflect and be like, oh my God, all of these things, right? But I also think part of it is quick. It's shooting a look to each other and feeling the electricity. It's whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Teamwork, baby.
Yeah. Well, there's a few of my friends where it was like the second we met, we became like inseparable. Me and my friend Patty, it was like the moment we met each other, we knew. We're like, holy crap, like we're on the same level, you know?
Yeah, it's like you're willing to still do little things for somebody after 10 years.
Oh yeah,
15 years. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
that to me is there's no technical term. It's just the day in, day out stuff.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts,
Did you know that the hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you?
or you can listen to this one.
Bears can smell your menstruation.
I can smell your menstruation.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
This is always kind of cool when these make news. A musician named Christian Nolan recently had surgery at the University of Marmar to remove a brain tumor. His doctors had him play guitar during the procedure. So here he is playing the Fender Strat while covered by surgical plastic. Here you go.
It was just like out of this world to just wake up, have people like actively like working inside of your head is kind of an insane feeling.
Having the patient awake and playing guitar while we take out the tumor allows us to be as aggressive as possible, yet still maintain his quality of life and his manual dexterity.
Being able to like go to the gym and be active again, which is like a big part of my life, it's been very amazing, like the recovery.
It's called awake craniotomy. Make sure they don't snip anything they shouldn't.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're just in there like, oh, I guess that one's firing, leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy. It's kind of neat. I know that we've had those stories before of like people playing violin and whatever else. So
It would be weird if you could like touch a node in the brain and then he goes into a solo
yeah,
or something.
you're like here's
each,
the Black Sabbath department.
each part of the brain is wired to a band.
Incredible.
Trying to think. He goes into Eruption by Eddie Van Halen after a nice little Metallica solo.
Heck yeah.
That's so cool, dude. Do not bang your head when you're in brain surgery.
Solid advice.
Keep him strapped down. And then if he starts playing Coldplay, you kill that part of the brain. You just zap it. You just
jab a chopstick in there.
Kill it. Kill that brain.
Yeah.
He'll never play Coldplay again.
That'd be terrible doctors.
God, that is so cool.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing.
I've heard of that before. Somebody was doing something else. It wasn't a guitar, but oh God, it was. What were they doing?
Playing violin.
No, it wasn't a violin. I can't remember what it was. He's talking or doing something with their hands. I can't remember what it was. Hello.
Very soft hands.
Chit-ya. Interesting.
Yeah. All I have is the violin one.
It's interesting and scary at the same time.
I have a saxophone one.
Oh, okay.
What if they were really bad at it?
I think they were just singing or something. I can't remember.
Like you have to listen to a crappy violinist for 9 hours during a brain surgery. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Wouldn't that be weird though if the surgeon's like, hey, I have an idea. We've never done this before. We're gonna bring a guitar in while we crack your skull open, so you can play, Enter Sandman. Are you cool with that?
I like to jam out when I'm working. All right.
I mean, am I?
Let me see if I'm.
Did the last guy live? How many times?
Yeah, I mean it's
incredible.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Taking requests from the nurse. That's pretty badass.
Okay, let's see.
It'd be cool if he rickrolled everybody.
Yeah, that would be pretty incredible. I can't find anything other than people playing instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting. Like, what if you can't play an instrument? Then what are you supposed to do? Anyway, he's alive. He's well. And whoever was the first person to try that, thank you.
He should have recorded it live from the OR
and then got a sponsor.
Yeah, get a sponsor for it. Sell tickets.
All right.
Advil could have sponsored
it. Yeah. Right. No kidding. Man in Canada answered an ad for an iPhone 15 on Facebook Marketplace. Dude, have you ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace?
Christy does.
It's enough to make me want to get a lobotomy.
We sold a shelf. Seemed to work out pretty good.
Yeah.
Why? What's the problem?
Is this still available? How much do you want for it? Can you deliver it? Well, I'll be like, no, it says pick up only. Well, I can't pick it up today. Let me call someone and see if I can pick it. They can pick it up. And then you're waiting, and then they just ghost you. They're nowhere to be found. And then the other one is, can I pay less for it? No, I've already got it listed pretty low.
Because they're going to resell it.
Right. 100%. And I'm like, just come and get the goddamn thing. God. Oh, it's so frustrating. Yeah. Anyway, homicidal. Man in Canada answered an ad for an iPhone 15 on Facebook Marketplace. Set up a meeting for this past Saturday, but it was a scam. Oh, where's it? There. The buyer gave the guy $900 and immediately realized the phone didn't work. He tried to get his money back, but the dude ran away, made a run for it with the cash, right?
Crazy.
But he is in Canada, and he didn't get far. He slipped on some ice when he was trying to flee, and the cash just flew right out of his hands. So the victim ran over and collected his money.
Thanks, you pussy. That's hilarious.
Dude, right? So the scammer did assault the guy and then ran off again. I don't know how much money the victim was actually able to get back. Police are still looking for the suspect.
Where did they meet at?
A public place.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's another. Yeah, whatever. It's another one of the options.
What kind of phone's $900?
Well, an iPhone.
I know, but a used iPhone? I mean, you can go get a deal for. I think they're giving those things away if you get a 3-year contract. I don't know.
I don't know either. Who knows? The iPhone 15. So it's about $800 retail. Entry level iPhone. Maybe it had special things. I don't do iPhones.
The titanium unbreakable case that sees into the future.
Samsung. I'm poor.
Yeah, I would not meet anybody in a public park for anything over $50, I guess. I don't know. They'd probably bring a little delinquent buddy with them up in a tree and jump on me or something. I'm just saying, I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah, I know. And then, I don't know. Sometimes, too,
You should meet at a Burger King or something.
police stations have designated areas.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll weed the scammers out, won't it?
You would think so.
But then you say, I'll give you $20 as a down payment until I see if the phone works. Here's $20.
Yeah, I would not.
I say, call somebody. Call me on your phone that I'm about to buy.
I don't know that I would buy a $900 phone off of Facebook Marketplace. I would probably go to a store where they're guaranteed refurbished or whatever.
I had a guy try to sell me speakers in the parking lot at the Westtown Mall. I told you that. Remember that dude in that van that pulled up?
It's always...
I'm like, Paul? What? You feel okay? What's going on? Things a little slow down at the shop? No, I'm kidding. But the kid jumped out, and he had a van full of electronics. I'm like, oh, this seems perfectly legal. And the speakers were nice. I mean,
I bet they were. They were hot as hell.
Unmarked van. I don't know. He's like, hey, man. No, what did he tell me? That story was, is he at a warehouse or something? Or something they said he used the stupid typical line. We couldn't sell it, so we're out just trying to sell it for half price or something.
Yeah, no.
I'm like...
It's nothing that happens.
I'm like, what do you take me for? I'll take all of them. Thanks. No, I looked at them and, flipped it over, looked at them. They were decent. I mean, they were cabinets. This was back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s. I'm like, this van pulled up. I'm like, all right, let's see where this goes. But I mean, it was. I could see it working.
Hey, mister, do you need some help?
I could see some gullible
Silence of the Lambs happening.
He wanted like $100, or I don't even think it was $100 for a couple of cabinets. I'm like, this is almost too good to turn down. Let me think about all the.
Dude in the van rolled up and he's like, "What are you, about a size 14?"
You can't get these speakers. I want these speakers out of the van, mister. But no, the price was so ridiculous. You're like, oh man. Even if they don't work, it's worth it.
I was like, one time at the rave, this dude walked up. He had like a Piggly Wiggly bag, and there's like a deck for a car stereo, and wires still attached to it. Trying to sell it, I was like, dude, you probably took that from someone I was at the concert with. Are you kidding me? No, thank you.
Oh, that's perfect.
Which is why you should always park in the paid parking area when you go to a show at the rave. It's worth $25 and out of someone breaking in your goddamn car.
It's cash. So there's no way to track it, I guess. So I guess you're off the hook, kind of. Just got to grab it and get the hell out of there.
I love that the dude fell on ice, though. Like, God, karma sometimes takes a while. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's just like instantaneous, it's so gratifying.
Yeah, for sure.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Okay, so new world record set for chugging a cup of coffee.
Hey.
A guy in Germany broke the record, full cup of coffee in 3 seconds. His name is Felix von Meibern. His official time was 3.12 seconds. It's German, you have to say it like that. He did it in September, but Guinness just posted the footage after confirming it. Hard to tell if it was still hot when he chugged it. A few sources are saying, yeah, it was still hot, but the Guinness rules don't say anything about it having to be hot. I can't imagine why you would chug it hot. Like, room temperature seems easier to chug. The previous record was 3.17 seconds, so Felix von Meibern only beat it by 5/100ths of a second.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the temperature? Do you know? No.
There was a few people that said it was hot.
Yeah.
But the Guinness rules don't say anything about it having to be hot.
Oh, okay. I thought that would have been a part of the even if the time went up, if the time went up as the temperature went up, there's like different records for that.
Yeah, there's none of that happening.
It's 160 degrees.
Yeah. And right.
Took you 12 minutes.
Your esophagus is burnt. Okay, and now we have world record scandal. It's a lot. Okay, remember we talked about the world's oldest dog dying?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so here we go. Guinness certified the record last January for the world's oldest dog. Said a dog in Portugal named Bobby was over 30 years old. He passed away in October, supposedly at the age of 31. But Bobby's legacy is now going to be forever tarnished because of lies.
Of course.
His owner, a guy named Lionel Costel, had a vet submit documentation that Bobby was born May 11th, 1992. So he would have died at 31 years and 165 days old.
Wow.
But after Bobby passed away, people started questioning the credentials. They didn't want to do it while he was alive, you know. So he was a type of a livestock guardian dog. They usually live 12 to 14 years. So 31 would be, you know, obviously more than twice that, which is crazy. Now, people were looking at sets of photos. So they're saying the photo from 1999, Bobby, and I'm using squirrel knuckles, has white on his paws. But in other photos, he does not.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, I'm telling you. I am telling you. A council member at the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons in England was pretty blunt when he said, not a single one of my colleagues believed Bobby was actually 31 years old. All right. Guinness put out a statement saying a formal review is underway. They've temporarily paused the records for oldest living dog and oldest dog ever until they get it all ironed out. Now, if Bobby's record does get nullified, it will go back to an Australian cattle dog named Bluey. She was born in 1910 and lived to be 29 and a half. Well, how do we know that?
Yeah, right.
That doesn't seem right either.
I mean, does it matter in the long run?
Yes.
Okay. as long as he was loved. Those, whatever, how many years.
Jinxie cat.
Jinxie.
That's all I could think of. The white paws and then the non-white paws. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had my dogs have always lived, it seems like a little longer than Shadow was almost 15. She was great for a husky. Let's not talk about that.
I know, I'm sorry.
Think about your mother naked. Think about your mother naked. Okay.
Weird boner in play.
I don't talk about my dead dogs.
Grief boner.
I have one standing rule policy. Don't talk about your dead pets. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, in the shape he was in, living any longer than. Although the dog I saw there, it was a bigger dog.
Yeah.
Which they generally, the bigger, the less they live. So that could come into play as well.
Yeah.
We can't. Can anybody just be honest about anything?
No. The answer is no. We're surrounded by thieves and liars.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D. Nowhere but JJO.